As the Israel-Hamas war enters day 17, Israel is going all out in its fight against terror. IDF fighter jets killed Mohammed Katmash, the deputy head of Hamas's artillery array in the Gaza Strip. Katmash was responsible for artillery operations in Hamas's central brigade in the Gaza Strip on Sunday. He played a significant role in the planning and execution of fire directed at Israel from the Gaza Strip in previous rounds of fighting. Team Republic is reporting from Ground Zero. Alicia Nair was in Kibbutz Be'eri, which was one of the worst hit after Hamas's attack. Here's a report sent by our colleague Alicia from the war zone.
Republic is reporting from Kibbutz Be'eri, which is just a miles away from the Gaza Strip. But the condition here, the situation in Kibbutz Be'eri is being worst as the people were living their normal life. But on 7th of October, when the Hamas terrorists who invaded whether through air, by through aerial, land and maritime, they invaded and started open firing. Not only this, but they also started striking on the missiles. They fired the missiles. As the situation, the picture says it's all what the condition that happened in Kibbutz Be'eri. It was more than 120 people who lost their life, and many of the people, and including children, were abducted. This was the only strategy of the Hamas terrorists who invaded inside, and then they started open firing on the people. They were just waiting. They used to burn the house of the people, and when people used to come outside, they used to do an open fire. And there are still bullets which has been lying on ground, as you can see. There are many of the number of bullets that has been fired. They used to open fire on the people who used to come out to save their life. But the situation, the pictures on your screen, as you can clearly see, the house has been completely destroyed. The life of the people have been completely devastated. They didn't even imagine. This is right after a surprise attack that happened from the Gaza Strip, where the Hamas terrorists who entered to Kibbutz Be'eri. It was around early morning at 6:30 when they entered to Kibbutz Be'eri, and they started open firing. They started with the rocket missiles that was fired. Houses were burned. There were also a playground, which is now has been destroyed completely. As I mentioned, there are more than 120 people who lost their life, and many of the people have been abducted. I'm joined with the Israeli Defense Force spokesperson, Major Doron. Sir, if you can talk about, as we have been reporting from Kibbutz Be'eri, which is the hardest hit areas, the community that has been completely, their life has been completely devastated. How the Hamas terrorists who entered and invaded Israel, if you can talk about.
What Hamas did was they practiced for a very long time in how to attack a civilian community of women and children, mostly women and children, and men as well, that were not prepared. They stormed across the border very quickly on motorcycles and in cars, and also with hang gliders, and flew in. They came to the front gate and immediately assassinated a family, broke through the gate, and very quickly came in and began to shoot everything in sight. The people were caught by surprise because of the brutality. And it took many hours. A small group of people tried fighting them, and it took many hours until the army, we were able to arrive and regain control. And in that time, they slaughtered the people here.
What is a clear message to the Hamas terrorists who tried to invade Israel and devastated the life of the people who were staying very normally?
These were good people. This was our family, and we are going to defend our family. We are going to find every single person from Hamas that did this and eliminate them. We are going to eliminate Hamas as an organization so that this can never happen again.
There is also a thing of a ground invasion that is going to be started very soon. It's just about the civilian who has still been stuck where the Hamas terrorists is taking a human shield. So when the ground invasion is going to start, ground offensive is going to start.
Israel is ready for a ground invasion. If we are given the order, we will carry this out. It will be a great challenge because Hamas is hiding behind innocent people. Israel's trying to move the innocent people out of the way, but it's very difficult because Hamas is breaking international law by holding them there. And that is our challenge, but defeating Hamas is the biggest priority.